there's some movement in my Pac-12 power rankings, guys. But USC stays atop the conference at number 1. I mean, look, they're the only team in the conference that's 2-0, not to mention they've got Caleb Williams at the helm with Lincoln Riley. It is going to be tough for them to really fall too far in these power rankings. And again, they're 2-0. It's hard to find an excuse to move them any lower than number 1. I do have movement with Oregon, though. I've got Oregon moving up a spot. I know Utah won, but Oregon dropped 81 points. Think about that for a second. There are basketball teams that don't even score 81 points. And they did it without their starting quarterback playing more than a half. They had like 5 rushing touchdowns in that game. And there were question marks all offseason about what that offense would look like because guess what? Their offensive coordinator, Kenny Dillingham from last year, he just so happens to be chilling in Tempe with the Sun Devils. So I was wildly impressed with what Oregon put out there. That's why I have them at number 2. I do have, as a consequence to that, I have Utah falling from 2 to 3. I know they beat Florida. They did it without their starting quarterback, which I think is impressive. But at the end of the day, I still think that team has a little bit of a ways to go, and I'm curious to see what Cam Rising looks like after this injury. If he is anywhere close to what he has been in the past, then I think Utah certainly should be and will be a contender when it comes to the Pac-12. Moving on from that list, I've got Oregon State at 4. They're staying put. I really like what I saw from DJ Uiagalelei and the Beavers. I know it wasn't a crazy fast start for them, but they did get the job done. And again, I think this is a team in Oregon State that has the potential to go out there and really shock some people all year long. At 5, I've still got the Washington Huskies. There's no movement for them there. This is a team that I know there's a lot of people really, really high on, and rightfully so, because you look at a guy in Michael Penix Jr. and just how talented he is. This is a guy in Michael Penix Jr. that threw for 450 yards and 5 touchdowns. That is ridiculous, guys, in their win 56-19 over Boise State. So that's why I've got them at 5. I was a little bit more impressed with DJ Uiagalelei, just, again, being a transfer quarterback, coming and playing for the Beavers. So there could be movement in that top 5 pretty regularly. Moving to number 6. Yeah.
Totri, I feel like this is your first admission.
This hurts.
This is insane. I can't believe this is happening right now.
I know. And thankfully it's happening when I don't have a co-host right now.
Yeah, just me.
Yeah, so I'm not getting absolutely berated.
Oh look,
no,
Shane has just popped up in the chat.
Shane spawned in the chat. I've got Colorado at 6, and this one hurts. This one hurts a lot because they are moving up 4 spots. Look, I said it the other day. I was impressed. I was impressed with Shedeur Sanders. I was impressed with Travis Hunter. My question is, was it them being good, or was TCU's defense really all that bad? At the end of the day, we're going to see what they're capable of doing against Nebraska. I know that is a game that is, I want to say Colorado is now favored by 3 points. It's going to be a big game. It is going to be a big game, but they definitely deserve their ranking in the AP top 25, and they deserve to move up in these power rankings. But I can't move them any higher than 6 as of right now. Let's see what we got over at number 7. That's right, the Arizona Wildcats. They're staying put at 7. They got the job done against little brother NAU. I don't think there was really any doubts from start to finish in that game. I know they got their revenge from a couple years back, so good for them there. At number 8, I've got Arizona State. Sun Devils falling 2 spots. It was a close win. It was a 3-point victory over Southern Utah, and any way you slice it, I don't care how good they looked in that first half. They needed to move back based off of just how good the rest of the conference looked. So a win is a win. You got the job done, and they certainly have a ways to go, but they can definitely move up those power rankings with a big win over Oklahoma State this weekend. So yeah, I've got ASU at 8. Coming in at number 9, I've got Wazoo. Again, we know that this is a conference in the Pac-12 that went undefeated. That's an impressive thing in and of itself. But when you look at Washington State, they beat up on Colorado State 50-24. I know Cam Ward is a quarterback there. This is a guy that I think when everybody is talking about the conference and people are talking about the crazy quarterbacks, right? Whether that be Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Cam Rising, DJ, Michael Penix, he goes on and on. Cam Ward kind of gets lost in that conversation, but this is a kid that I think a lot of people need to show a little bit more respect for. And this is a team that I think can be a definite sleeper team going through the rest of the season when it comes to these Pac-12 power rankings. Moving on, I've got UCLA sitting at number 10. They dropped 2 spots. I know this is a team in the Bruins that did get a win over Coastal Carolina, 27-13. But that's why they fall 2 spots, guys. Coastal Carolina isn't anybody. They're nobody.
That sounds like you made that up.
You should see
Coastal Carolina?
Coastal Carolina. I don't even know what their mascot is. I can't even really describe what that is. I think it's a bird of some kind.
I'm looking it up.
27-13. Yeah. 27-13 over the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
What is that?
No idea.
There's 10,000 students at this school.
That is crazy to me. Dante Moore did start, it looks like, for UCLA. It looks like Dante Moore.
It's kind of a fun mascot.
It is. I do like the colors on the mascot. I like that it's teal. I really fuck with it.
But is that just like an angry rooster?
Coastal Carolina, the Angry Roosters. That's exactly what it is.
Everyone Google Coastal Carolina mascot and tell me what you think that is.
But yeah, Dante Moore, I'm curious to see what he's able to do throughout the rest of the season. He's obviously, he was a highly touted high school recruit. I believe he was originally committed to Oregon. Then Kenny opted to go to ASU. Dante reopened his commitment or his recruiting and then ended up at UCLA. So we'll see what UCLA could do this season. At number 10, this is where, or at number 10, I've got UCLA 11-12. Shane, I'm sorry. I know you loved what Cal put on the field this past weekend, but I can't move them up. I can't do it. I know they dropped the 50 burger, but at the end of the day, they didn't play anybody. We'll see what they can do through the rest of the season. They have a chance to impress me. It's not like they go out there every week trying to find a new way to impress Totri, but we'll see. And Stanford, same thing. Again, I know this conference is undefeated and it's impressive, but at a certain point, when everybody wins, you can't move everybody up. That's not the way that it works. So there were some teams that won and they still fell regardless.